describe for us just a little bit some of your background? Because I know a lot of people that will be watching this may not know some of your background. And then if you could add on to that, what made you want to run for the U.S. Senate? What made you wanted to get into politics? And hopefully that doesn't take up the whole 30 minutes because I know who you're running against. But I would love to hear for that, and please share with the audience a little bit of your background and so forth.
Happy to. So, my name is Dr. Annie Andrews. I am a practicing pediatrician and a mom of three school-age children. Um, I decided to be a doctor when I was 4 years old. I never had an interest in politics. I was laser focused on achieving my goal of getting into medical school, becoming a pediatrician. And then I worked for 15 years at the Children's Hospital here in the Low
Mm.
Country of South Carolina. Started my family, raising my kids. Really, like everything was going pretty well. And then the trajectory that I took into politics really has a couple of like key points. First and foremost, my youngest daughter was born 6 days before Donald Trump's election.
Mm.
So for me, watching the returns of that election, holding my newborn baby girl was really a wake up moment for me because I understood, this isn't quite the country, the world I thought I was bringing my daughters into specifically. And in that moment, I realized I was probably going to have to get more civically engaged in some way to
Mhm.
fight for the country and the future that I believe that my children and all 73 million children in this country deserve. And then a couple years later, on February 14th, 2018, that was the date of the shooting at Parkland, at Marjorie
Yeah.
Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. I did not know anyone who was in the building or anyone who was shot and killed that day. Now some of the survivors are, friends and colleagues of mine, but that was the first mass school shooting I experienced as the parent of a school-age child, which is only
Wow.
a sentence a parent in America would ever dream of uttering. But my oldest daughter was in kindergarten that year, and in the days following that shooting, I felt really vulnerable and angry as a mother, and I was worried about my own child's safety in her classroom. And so I decided to get off the sidelines by joining Moms Demand Action. And I spent several years volunteering for that organization. And through that work, I started to understand the power of my voice as a mom in my community, but also as a pediatrician with expertise in advocacy and public health and child health. And the more I spent time in my state capital here in Columbia, South Carolina, the more I understood that we need more voices like mine at the table. We need voices who have a background in healthcare, in public health, voices who wake up every day and think about kids first and what's best for kids first, and just people who want to serve in office to actually solve problems.